His Talk One Talk Radio presents Manifesting the Music. Let's go. Manifesting the music. Manifesting the music.
Manifesting the music.
Manifesting the music. It's the real. I hope y'all ready for this movie. Y'all ready? It's Talk One Talk Radio. Yeah. Manifesting the music. We representing the truest, and it's a blessing to do it. But enough with all this small talk. Let's go on and get right to it.
Shalom, shalom. Hey, this brother Yedidyah, a.k.a. DaReal Musiq. And just want to welcome everybody to the official return of Manifesting the Music. We did a few pilot shows before, but this is the official show right here. And up first, we got our brother, none other than Shama Talmido.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom,
What's up with it?
Thanks for allowing me to be the first up.
Oh, no,
Appreciate
no problem,
it.
man. It's just kind of the way things went, man. But definitely it's a blessing to have one of our own to be the first person on this thing, the official show. Like I said before, we did 2 pilot shows. We had Yedidyah and we had Truth Music on. Those was kind of like test runs to kind of gauge what the show was going to be about and if we actually wanted to do it. And I kind of decided, like, you know what I'm saying, I really want to do this thing. And I kind of got a vision now of how I want it to be done. So with that being said, you know, what we going to do is go over artists' albums. So when an artist drop an album, what I would like to do is actually, before it even drop, is to actually either preview it and kind of let the people hear it, what it's going to be, before it even drops, so they can kind of have a little taste of what's to come, and then the album actually drop right after that. So, but your album dropped the 25th of last month. So we're gonna cover that. We're gonna get into all the songs, and we're gonna manifest the music and talk about the process of creating an album from start to finish with Brother Shama. So those that are listening in, whenever you want to chime in, just hit 1. We'll see your mic open. We'll let you in. And at this time, Shama, if you would, just introduce the title of the album and just kind of give us a little rundown of what the album is about as a whole, and then we'll get into each song.
All right. Well, this EP / as you said, album without the rights. The title is entitled Transparent. And where I wanted to go with this is I took things that was pertaining to me, things that was very close home as far as different subject matters that I was involved in, and I wrote it down. But what I did with it is I didn't give you a full, vivid picture. What I did is a lot of times when we're going through our life, things pertaining to our life, we see others that experience the same things, whether male and or female. And what I wanted to do is instead of going in depth, I brought out a more positive light as far as how to get away from these situations, what we can do to better these situations. And that's kind of why I went with it. So the whole transparent wasn't just solely dealing with myself, but it actually was dealing with all of us. I got into another show with Sister Tamar. I know a lot of you probably know of her, or you know of her definitely. He did to where they didn't interview me or anything like that, but it was one thing that was said by a brother by the name of John Boy is a lot of people in this sect, S-E-C-T, of belief, they stay outside of what is really going on within them, and we put on this facade of music to where it's like, hey, this is what we need to do to be closer to the Most High. But what happens when you're trying to be closer with an individual? You want to bring out your true self. And a lot of times I think we're not transparent. And I wanted to bring this different feel towards the music. And it's kind of what me and you on a personal level has always talked about. And we want to bring more reality. So the Torah is within me. You know, I know the steps to go about it, and that's why I want to present on this EP/album a better way of operating within these situations and being conscious and operating from a conscience mindset of not allowing these things to transpire. And that's why I used and entitled it Transparent.
All right, that's interesting. That's good. That's wisdom right there. When did you know that you were going to put together a project? Like, how did it all come about?
Well, honestly, it wasn't even, that's a good question. It wasn't even supposed to be a project. It was just literally, you know, like I said, speaking with individuals and seeing things happening with them and then seeing it happening with myself. You know, whenever these ideas or these thoughts or these conversations came about in this 5-month period, each song was a month. It didn't take me a month to write it, but what I'm saying, within that month, that idea just popped up and I recorded. And once I got to like the fourth one, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff out as a project, you know, as a little EP, you know, not an album per se. People usually think of albums being 8+ songs or 9+ songs, so that's why I made it more so an EP and had some, you know, speaking in between the songs or explain what it's about. So it wasn't a planned out project, but now, you know, as you know, and I'm going to inform you all, I plan to do the future ones now, but this one wasn't planned. It was towards the end when I said, you know what, I'm going to put it out as a project.
All right, that's what's up. So, without further ado, man, what I like to do is go ahead and jump into it. Like you said it was some interludes within a project. Mm-hmm. So we just going to walk the thing down, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to play the interludes, but, you know, we're going to walk down each song. And so the first song on the album is what? Go ahead and introduce that for us.
Oh, okay. Well, this first song was I think it was a real good song, man, as far as what a lot of us have went through or probably go through. But this first song is entitled You Don't Understand. So it's not, the understand is not together. It's more so of encouraging, you know, telling you to stand up, but it's also at the same time bringing that word together, understand, from a standpoint of a lot of people say, well, you don't understand what I'm going through. you know, and I think that's the basis of the message I was trying to put out. A lot of us say, well, you don't understand, but the flip side of it is to tell you, regardless of us not understanding, stand regardless. Stand up. Do not belittle yourself. Do not let the situation belittle you. Do not let it bring you down. But stand up regardless of not understanding your situation, because we all have situations to where when we speak with other people, they might not fully get it, but they might be able to encourage you after listening to what it is you're saying, because a lot of times we don't fully listen either. So that's what this song's about.
All right, man, we're going to get into it. So this is You Don't Understand by Shama Talmido off his album. It's the first song off of the album entitled Transparent. Here we go.
Yeah.
Curious, that this is
Sitting in the mirror, just staring. The life I live for most and so comparing. Whoa, I swear to kill me if I let it. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it real. There were times that I almost did. My future is on hold, passing away. No drama, bother, pain, and seems to stay. The type of things that make you sink, but you gotta dig it straight from within. You don't understand. No, you don't understand. No, you don't understand. No matter what it is, don't let it cause defeat. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. No matter what it is, don't let it cause defeat. You don't understand. Listen, there's a lot of us that are going through struggles, hardships, things that we just can't deal with, and it just seems like no one truly understands what it is we're going through. And that just might be the case for the situation that you're going through or facing on your own, on your separate playing field. But I'm here to tell you, change that. Don't be defeated. Don't let anything or feel like you're beneath your own self. Don't undermine yourself. Stand through it regardless. Don't be under, but stand. You don't understand.
All right, again, that was Shama Talmido. You Don't Understand from the album Transparent. I just want to say, man, I think that was a nice song, man. It the whole feel of it, you know what I'm saying, the message to it, and even the outro, like the part where you was talking and you was kind of just giving a little message, a little encouragement to the people that may be listening to it. You know what I'm saying? I think that was real good. It was real positive, man, and that's what we lack a lot. And our genre of music is a positive message, you know what I'm saying, and encouragement, you know what I'm saying. So for me, I like that song, man, and if you want to talk a little bit more about it, we can get a little bit deeper into it because, you know, we want to manifest the song to its fullest potential. We want to know everything that went into the song, you know what I'm saying, from start to finish as we go through the album from start to finish. So if there's any extra details you want to put into explaining this song, you know, take the time right now to do so. And those that are listening in, if you want to comment on any of the songs, just hit 1. I see you in the queue. I open up your mic, let you speak. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy. You know what I'm saying? Chop it up with us, man. We're just sitting here kicking it and going to bring in, for many, the Shabbat. So holler at us. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, don't be shy. Hit 1. We'll bring you in. We'll chop it up. Have a good time, man. But the floor is yours, Shama.
Well, yeah, I don't have too much to expound on about it. I think that lyrically, if really listened to, it brings out, and then, you know, like you said, the explanation at the end. But what I will say is, like I said, I think a lot of people, and that's the goal. You know, I want to bring reality. You know, reality recordings, reality music. So it's like, I think a lot of people can relate to that. I think a lot of people can relate to, like, feeling like nobody else is going through what I'm going through. Even though people might be going through what you're going through or worse. But we have times where we're like, you know what? Nobody understands. Nobody knows what I'm going through right now. You know, and it could be the case. Like I said, and when I was speaking, it could be the case, to be honest with you, depending on what the situation is. But, you know, I think it's nothing new under the sun. So that's basically where I was going with it. I was going with it because in my particular case, you know, I in that particular moment when I did write it, I don't believe anybody was going through what I was going through. You know, and to this date, I haven't met anybody that's truly went through that particular situation that I was going through in that particular instance, you know, as far as from A to Z, you know, similar situation, yes. Similar situations, I mean, yes, but that particular one, no. So that's why I say I feel like, you know, that type of music or that type of message is relatable because I know for a fact a lot of people go through it. I think a lot of times in our music, especially in the so-called truth music, we don't show that vulnerable or that reality side. We don't. We show a lot of things of the Most High gonna get this back for us, X, Y, and Z, but we don't go into our personal side. You know, when you look at some of the prophets, Nevi'im, they did. They was open to what was going on, you know, and I'm sure it was deeper than that what we read. So that's kind of where I want to go with a lot of my music, lyrically, and just and a message-wise, you know. So that's the only thing I can expound on as far as that song.
Okay, man. Appreciate that. We got one in the queue. I'm going to open up the mic. I believe this is Janoy Azariah. So, caller, you're live.
Janoy Azariah. Good evening, my brothers.
Shalom, Achi.
Shalom, Mark.
And I just wanted to throw this out there. The music y'all making, man, it's real good music, and I learned this from my aunt, brother DaReal Yedidyah, a.k.a. Yedidyah. What is truth? You know what I mean? We got so much music out today. It's called truth music. And back in the day when I first remember we first started linking up, you know, DaReal, you asked me, you was like, well, what is truth? You know what I mean? So right there, it checked me and my frame of thought. change my thought process on truth. Now, I most definitely agree with what you was just saying, Shama, about like how all the artists in our, truth community, they wouldn't really bring their reality to the table, you know what I mean? And that track right there that you don't understand what you just played, now y'all bringing out good music, and you can't really, I'm going to call it what you just called it, reality music, you know what I mean? Yedidyah, you got the perfect name, DaReal, you know what I mean? Conscious music, like you was just saying, you're focusing on your consciousness with the music and whatnot. And then just the tracks that you brought out on this album, bro, I'm going to call it an album. I'm not going to call it an LP, EP, because it's an album. You did good work on it, but the tracks you brought out on it is like all touching tracks where like people, you will have to relate to it in real life. I mean, through this, when we trying to walk right in the word, we go through a fight, and we be so uptight trying to uphold the word that we forget that we still got to go through this fight in reality. And a lot of people don't understand that. They just think, oh, it's just easy, it's this and that. Nah, I mean, you gotta bring yourself, your real self, to the table. And that's how you really know. You could know the word all you want, but if your heart ain't right, then you ain't bringing your real self. You gotta get your heart right, and that goes with being genuine. You know what I mean? So I just think y'all making some real genuine music. I saw a comment.
Appreciate that.
Kind of irritated me and threw me off because I saw a comment about something called gospel rap or whatnot. But you know what I mean? You got these rappers out here that'll tell you to go and sell drugs to your mama, your auntie, your granddaddy, all of them. You know what I mean? They'll tell you to go kill. They'll tell you to go steal, and then they'll mention God. So where does the line get drawn between? Oh, okay. So how you gonna say you don't dig? I mean, I don't even want to bring up the comment that made me kind of frustrated, but you would listen to people that'll tell you to go and kill your people and mention God and say, Lord, forgive me. Why would you ask God to forgive you? You know what I mean? And you using the platform to promote wickedness to our people, because you ain't telling no white boys to go kill each other. You ain't telling no white boys to go sell drugs. I'm not racist, so I don't even mean to say it like that. But it's just
you bring a reality out. That's reality, though. That's true.
Our people are supposed to be setting an example. You know what I mean? So as far as our people setting an example, it's a very bad example that's being set. Not by, us, not y'all. I know y'all setting a good example. I'm talking about like the role models in the communities, the celebrities and all that. It's a bad example being set. Therefore, the world is following right after this bad example that they setting. But if we had more brothers like y'all, you know what I mean, or more people trying to just really make music to relate to. That's why, I don't even listen. What I listen to is like, I listen to old school Tupac, Biggie, Jadakiss. I can't listen to all this shoot 'em up, bang bang stuff because it put too many bad seeds in your head. It be sometimes in the morning where I don't even like listening to the radio. I turn to the world news station just because I think like, man, I'm starting off my day and I hear this. I like music. I love music. So the beat might be nice. The hook might be nice. But it's going to be something in that verse that's going to make me shake my head the other way versus nodding. And then that's when it get cut off. And I feel like, oh, no, man, I'm not even, I should be listening to something giving praises to my power. But at the same time, it is a reality to it. But like I was saying, y'all doing a good job, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. I'm trying to catch up with y'all, and that right there, that reality music is what I want to call the music that y'all doing. So I'm not going to say truth. I don't even want to say truth music because, like I said, Yedidyah had brought my mind to something a while back, like what is truth? What is the truth? You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to throw out there. Y'all going to get a lot of haters and a lot of naysayers. But if y'all didn't have that means y'all ain't doing something right. So y'all keep pushing, yo.
Okay. Toda. Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
Toda Rabba. Hey, I'm mute your mic. Man, you know what to do. You've been with us for a minute now, so you know what to do. Hit one, and you want to come back. We're going to run through all these songs, man, and you know what I'm saying? The brother going to manifest his music, you know what I'm saying, talk about these songs and the process of everything. I'm going to throw him some questions here and there. If y'all got any questions, those that's listening, you know, just hit one, come in, and ask your questions. All right, so the next song on the album. What's up?
Real quick before you go forward, man, those that's listening in, if you want, man, share it. Let people know to tune in, man. I did it through my Facebook page, not personal page. You know, it's for personal reasons. But, you know, share it, let people know, man, if you can, if you will. But go ahead.
All right, man, we're just going to get into the next song. So the next part of the album, I believe it was an interlude, right? Introducing the next song. So we're not going to play the interludes. We're going to get into the song. So the next song, go ahead and introduce that, talk a little bit about it, and then we're going to play it.
All right, the next song is All About You. All About You. And the reason, one of the main reasons I did the interlude is for two reasons, man. One reason being I copied off of Life Jennings. I copied off of Life Jennings, one of my favorite male singers, man, writers, because he tells a story and he brings his reality, his truth, or whatever you want to call it, and turned it into a message if you really listen to his albums. But the second part of the reason of me doing that was because if you was just to listen to the song All About You by itself, some women might not like it, even though most women liked it more than the men, surprisingly. But the song is basically pointing and saying it's all about the women. The powers to be has made it all about the women, and the only way you will really know is if I had to sit down. Understand what I'm saying? Is if I would sit down with you for like 30 minutes and break it down. But to just sum it up, most of the things that the men today go towards, or they're thriving towards, is to get women, get money for women. When you think of the like I said, the government, how they set things up for the male specifically or particularly in the black community, they bring the man down. They change it to make the woman the head of the house, and not to put an order out there. That's not what I'm trying to do right now. But what I'm trying to say is if we bring each other together, instead of it being all about you and letting it be about us, because I say that within the chorus. You know what I'm saying? I say it's all about you and not about me. You know, and then I say how they have made it about you and not about us. They're teaching it to be about you versus teaching it to be about us, so that we could thrive together and we could, you know, get to the point of how we used to be before they broke and tore us down. You know, so I'm ranting right now. I'm going to let the song play, and then I'll go off of that if you ask another question in regards to it. So that's what it's basically about. It's basically about letting people know that, hey, they have a particular motive behind what they're doing with the man and the woman, particularly in the black community. And society, basically, too, even in the, you know, every other community, but mainly in the black community. So go ahead.
All right, y'all. So y'all heard it from the man himself, Shama Talmido. About to get into the next track on the album. It's entitled All About You. Here we go.
About the men, and I know you're right. Somebody tell us what you're talking about, 'cause that's bad for me coming out your mouth. Let me elaborate so you can see. It's all about you, not me. That's what the world's telling you, not about you and me. Program like a slow jam, moving through the beat. I understand now it's planned, spread across the land. What's the nice point of view? Broken many families dead, once had a plan, but they switched it up and changed the view. Change of you, change of you, but they switched it up and changed the view. Change of you, change of you, yeah. Turn to your favorite show. Tell me what is it you see. Oh, scroll through your media. Tell me the things that you read. It's either some men chasing women for sex, or women saying that they don't need a man. Family's broken because roles are not met. But those out there trapped, they purposely made us change. It's all about you, not me. That's what the world's telling you, not about you and me. Program like a slow jam, moving through the beat. I understand now it's planned, spread across the land. What's the nice point of view? Broken many families dead, once had a plan, but they switched it up and changed the view. Change of you, change of you, but they switched it up and changed the view. Change of you, change of you, yeah. The man and the woman together at last, breaking all the barriers of influence the world has. Oh, what a beautiful thing that would be again, when man and woman thought collectively with their family and friends. It's all about you. It's all about you. They knew what they were doing, putting it all on you.
All right, y'all. That was All About You by Shama Talmido off the newly released project Transparent. I'm just say for myself, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling it. You know, I ain't just saying it because you my boy. But, you know, I was feeling that, the message, man. That's what is, for me, as a listener, man, I'm looking for content. You know what I'm saying? Style, you got to have style. But, you know, I think the foundation for me, you know, I think a lot of people, they look for style first, and it don't really matter what you're saying to a lot of people. But me, I want to hear the content first, and then the style is what's going to put it overboard. So, man, the message is there. Man, it was some notes in there that you was hitting. I seen you went up a few octaves on them on that one. So,
yeah.
I enjoyed the range. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real musical person, so, you know, I'm speaking music lingo right now. But I enjoyed the range, the octaves that you put in. You know, a lot of people can't go that high up in octaves, so, you know, it takes some practice, some natural ability. You know, I can hold a note, but I can't. Some stuff I just can't do. So, you know, that's why it's good to have brothers like you around to do those type of things. But enjoyed the song, man. How did you end up coming with this song? Like, what's the process for you? Was this song something that you already had in mind to do, or did you know what I'm saying, then you just found a beat to put it on, or did you hear the beat and it inspired you to make the song?
Oh, for me, when I'm doing something like a project for myself, and if it's not told to me hey, I want you to write about this, I normally go off the beat and how it makes me feel. Normally, I have like everybody that's listening online right now, even yourself. I'm sure we have so many topics pertaining to life in our mind and on our mind right now. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things I said about being westernized, I brought that up in the song. You know, all of us understand what that terminology is. How us being over here with westernized. So what I did with the beat is the beat was hot to me. I'm like, okay, cool, and I just started the process for me. You know, as I put some videos up on Facebook too. Sometimes I just freestyle to the song, and then I start. The environment of the song is kind of what sets the tone for me as far as writing. And then I took that topic and what I was saying within the freestyle, and I just put it together. I put it together what I already had on my mind about how I looked at it being all about the woman and how they're purposely setting it that way, and they're not making it together, they're not bringing it into the normal foundation. They breaking down the foundation how it was with man and woman, because if you break down the man and the woman, then guess what else is going to happen? Now you're going to break down the family. You know what I'm saying? Now the kids. Now the streets is going to be messed up because the kids are the ones that's out on the street. You know what I'm saying? So all of that played a part with this, you know. I think you had asked me a part. I don't know if you're going to ask it to me or not, but you asked. It was a line in there that I think you and yourself wanted me to speak on about this song. Did you want me to talk about that, or was you going to ask me that later?
Yeah. Let's talk about that, because I told you to hold off until we did the show. So go ahead and bring it up.
So it was a line in there when I had said about programmed like a slow jam moving to their beat. You know, so when you think of anybody who knows anything about music, you know, you program it, and the person that's programming is in control of actually producing or creating a track and making it turn out the way that they want it to be. So it's basically according to how they want the tempo to go. So when I said program like a slow jam, moving to their beat, I was talking about from the beginning how it was set. You know, you look at the Willie Lynch letters, you look at things like that. This stuff has been programmed. It has been consistently put on us, and it's a trickle effect. Most people, especially in society today, won't look at it as, you need to let the past go. No, the past is what is the foundation of where we are today. It is how we are today. Well, it's not an excuse for you to continue operating in this fashion. Yes, you're right about that, but most people don't have the knowledge, the will, and the understanding of who they are to change it. So it's a program. In order to change a program, you have to become unlearned. I learned something new, by the way, and I want to say that now. I think unlearned is actually what we need to be. Not learned is what we don't need to be. I know how the scripture reads unlearned. I get that, but not scriptures, but I go get into that. Unlearned to me means, from my standpoint right now, unlearned to me means you have unlearned a way that was not proper. That's my stance on it right now. So I believe that we need to become unlearned in what we was programmed. And that's what this song was about as far as the couple, because the couple is the foundation of our community. The husband and wife is the foundation of our community. And that's what I use this song to be about. Because if we don't get the husband and the wife together, then the community is going to fall. Most people go backwards and say we need to start with the youth. I say we need to start with the husband and wife.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. That was deep. You know what I'm saying? And this is what this show really about, man, to really get into the mind of the artists when they, did their project and what the songs really meant to them. What was being manifested from that person, from their mind through sound waves, through the microphone, onto the track. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we hear a song and we really don't know, the foundation or the thought process put into making a song. And so what I wanted to do with this show is really get into the mind of the artist and into their project and really draw that out so people really know the thought and the effort put behind in the spirit, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people have spirits, you know, that's coming through the sound wave, and that spirit can latch on to you. You know what I'm saying? And when I mean spirit, I mean that mindset, that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, music is very powerful. So, you know what I'm saying, I just want to manifest what that spirit is so you can identify that spirit as you listening to the song. Like, man, like you could really, because you're going to feel it anyway, but this is just to amplify it. So that was good, man, and definitely, man, that is something for us to think about and something for us to always strive for, to have that foundation of a stable home with the father and the mother, with the child to be able to see that, because what a child see is what they going to mimic. You know what I'm saying? If they see a broken home, like, they might, the chances are that that's what they going to grow up to do. You know what I'm saying? So we want to make sure that we display, you know what I'm saying, what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? From day one, from Jump Street, what was the design supposed to be? But like you said, they program it. You know what I'm saying? They out there reprogramming stuff, and now that's where we at right now. So we got to unlearn that wrong way and get back to what the initial plan was for man and woman, like you said, to be together as one, and for it not to be a battle between the two. So, man, what we going to do is get into the next song. I'm going to let you introduce what the next song on the album is.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. So the next song on the album is Another Day, Another Tear. Another Day, Another Tear is coming to the realization that you knew something was from the beginning and you ignored it. You knew from the beginning that spiritually you were warned, whether it be through the spirit of wisdom or just through the Most High, which is still connected, you know, you ignored it. So you didn't take heed to it. And that's kind of where Another Day, Another Tear came from. Sometimes when you do that, when you don't take heed, then you put yourself or you cause yourself to go through a lot of pain. But you have no room, honestly, to be upset, or you have no room to be angry when you know, in fact, you were the cause of it. You know, maybe not the cause of what transpired within it, as far as you being the reason or put the hurt or made the hurt happen, I want to say, but you were the cause because you knew it from the very beginning. You allowed it to take place when you were actually warned in whatever way that may be, you know, whatever fashion that may be, whatever way of warning that might have been, you were warned and you ignored it. So that's what Another Day, Another Tear came from, or is about.
All right. We're going to get into it. Another Day, Another Tear from Shama Talmido.
Just another day, just another tear, thinking about the pain, thinking about the rear. I want to move forward, but can't seem to go. My life is so complicated, it's hard for me to grow. never cry, just watching TV. No one else to blame. Yeah, I'll take the blame because I know it's third day, third month. Oh, now I'm gonna cry when I didn't take heed. And I'm empty inside, but I didn't choose to eat. I didn't choose to eat. No. Lying to myself, saying it was never me. Maybe I did it cause it hurt, but I allowed it to be. Take a second, focus on that second. Emotions are the opposite of things. Yeah, to have you doing things you would have never ever done. Like picking up some broken pieces, starting back and done. Take a second, focus on that second. Emotions are the opposite of things. Yeah, to have you doing things you would have never ever done. Like you're picking up some broken pieces, starting back and done. Nah, yeah.
All right. Again, there was another day, another tear from the album Transparent. Man, if I could just comment on it. So, I mean, again, like, for me, like I said before, it's all about the content. The content there, I like the feel of the song. What I would like to ask is that on this particular song, I could hear the auto-tune. And I know you're a natural singer, so let's talk about how you end up putting auto-tune on your voice.
What made me decide to?
Yeah. Like, how did you end up putting the auto-tune? Like, what made you end up putting auto-tune on your voice?
Honestly, I don't know. I think I did auto-tune one time in my whole quote-unquote career of doing music, which was actually hot. But if I could find that song, I promise you I'll show y'all one day. I probably had to get a hold of the air. But when I heard the song, I'm like, man, this is a nice beat. I said, I just tried something. I had it done. It was all finished. Everything was done, singing it regular. And I said, let me try something. Let me put something on it. And I just did. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I don't know if you remember, but before I actually put it out, I think I let a couple people hear just to see their reaction from the auto-tune. And then when people started going like, oh, man, that's hot, I said, okay, I'll try it. You know, and it turned out people turned out liking it. I think it was one person that said he didn't like it, and he not from a lyrical standpoint or the message standpoint, but he said he likes to hear the rawness of someone's voice. You know what I'm saying? The vulnerability or whatever he was saying. He was going real technical with it. But I said, man, I feel you because that's how I am. I don't do anything to my voice really. Like the bare minimum that you could possibly go is what is on my voice if y'all really pay attention to it. It's just straight natural, you know. But I know if I was to go industry-wise or something like that, they want to do something to your voice a little bit. They'll keep it naturally, sound as natural as possible, I guess, but they're going to do more than I do. So I just wanted to try something out, man. That's basically how it came about. I probably won't do auto-tune again. But that's something, it turned out pretty cool, I think, to me.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm used to hearing your natural voice, you know, but, I mean, it sounded good. I ain't really a big fan of auto-tune either, you know, because a lot of these people out here, they put that auto-tune on there and they really, you know, they competing with people that could really sing, and with the auto-tune, it make it sound a little closer, but,
yeah.
You know, but it's a different type of style, you know what I'm saying? We know people not really, you wouldn't call it auto-tune, but, I mean, Roger and Zapp, you know what I'm saying, with the computer love and all this stuff, you know, I mean, it's been around for a minute. Teddy Riley, you know what I'm saying, he was real famous for that, you know, so, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, man. I think the song came out good. I think it fit the song too. You know what I'm saying? One thing I would wonder is how it would sound without the auto tune. You know what I'm saying? So once you hear it with the auto tune, it's like it kind of stick like that. And I mean, you did get a lot of reaction from that song when you had put it out. So I think people was digging it or whatever. We got Janoy in the queue, so we're gonna let him back in. Janoy, you live?
Before he responds though, before he say something real quick, I'm gonna post a video on my Facebook page. I actually was singing along with it with my regular voice, so you'll be able to hear how I sound regular. I don't know if I sang the whole thing, but I was singing through it. So, y'all can check out the Facebook page, and then I'm sure he'll probably ask me at the end, and I'll tell y'all what it is. But, yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there in response to what you had said.
Okay.
Yo, I was going to say that's my favorite. I already told Shama that's my favorite track, but I can't even really – I mean, I could hear you adjusting your voice, changing it a little bit, but as far as the auto-tune, it don't really – you ain't do it like everybody else be doing it. Where like, they be playing it out to the max and stuff, you know what I mean? That part of what you was just saying about emotions, though, and stuff, that take a second.
Yeah.
That's deep, yo. I love that. My favorite track, man.
It took for me, and to expound on that, it took for me, even though we older, right? I'm 33 years old, man. We should know this stuff already, but it took for me to go through what I've been through this last relationship to understand that, and I knew it during it. But emotions can mess you up. You got to stay objective. Y'all hear me saying objective all the time versus subjective. Emotions. Now, when I say emotions, that don't mean you can't get mad. You can't get upset. I'm talking about your thought process, your mind frame. You have to stay in an objective, non-emotional mind frame, not emotional voice. I ain't talking about that. It's a difference. I'm gonna get on there. I got a segment I'm about to come out with, man. I'm about to start explaining a lot of this stuff. It's a difference, man. So yes, and once you get into that emotional, it breaks everything up, man. It breaks everything up. But that's what I was saying in this track, this song. If you really pay attention to what I was saying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm digging that, and then you had said something a while back. You was like a lot of people use the word love. I remember it was a while back. You was trying to get the message through, whoever was raising their eye to it. I know how you get your messages through. You don't force nothing on nobody. You just leave it there. You know what I mean? But it was a while back. You was saying like people take the word love and they misuse it, but it's really a expression. It's an action. It's not really a feeling. You know what I mean? So that's just
right.
That brought to my mind when I was listening to that. And it's kind of crazy because I was actually thinking about that earlier today. I've been thinking about a lot of stuff that we didn't learn from each other or through each other, and it'd be crazy how it pop up daily. And then it's even more crazier that, y'all doing. I didn't know this show was today. I saw that you was going to be on Hebrew Bars. But I didn't know y'all had started the music show for the Talk Ones Radio Talk. You know what I mean? But, man, that's what's up, yo. And I'm still here for the moment. So,
yeah, I appreciate it. There's only two more songs to go through. Two more songs, you know what I'm saying?
It's two more songs, man, but just a caveat. Just in case you leave, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is the official return. I had kind of put out a promo yesterday, and it was like the spur of the moment type of deal, but, I'm trying to work on marketing skills, a little bit more to grow the brand.
I'll be listening to UDL, too, so I'm planning on going back listening to the preview shows or the test run shows too. You know what I mean? But this what's up. I remember we was talking about this a while back when y'all first started the reset button. I remember y'all. I'm glad that y'all, did it. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So, man, if you stay a little bit longer, man, like I said, we got two songs to go, but I'm gonna put out the rest of the information. But man, this is another segment of, you know, his Talk One's Talk Radio. We got the reset button, and I'm trying to do this at least once a month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking for artists that is out there that's bringing some positive music to the table. And if you know anybody, you know what I'm saying, put a plug out there. And, you know, what I do is I get their album. You know what I'm saying? I support the album. So even Shama, he my boy, he would have shot it to me, but I went and purchased it, you know, for the love. So, you know, I purchase their album, you know what I'm saying, and we'll go through their whole album, you know what I'm saying, so the people will know where they coming from when they dropped it, you know. Now, I ain't gonna limit a lot of people, but there is a line that gotta be drawn. If you talking about if your album got strip club songs on it, you know what I'm saying, I'm not finna be saying on it, you know what I'm saying? But if it's reality, you know what I'm saying, I could rock with it. But if you talking about throw that thing in a circle and all this here, you know, we ain't finna be playing that on here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo.
What up?
I want to hear the transparent loaded, man. And I want to hear y'all track together. Let's go be real. It's going to be real tough and soft. Not tough.
What you say? Say that first. I didn't hear what you said. You said transparent what?
Reloaded.
What's a transparent reloaded?
Reloaded.
Oh man.
Hey, I want to hear y'all two on the track too, man. Soon, man. I know that track gonna come.
Oh, that's in the works. That's gonna be in the works for real. Yes, sir. I got a project coming out, man. I'm having more. It's coming out. It'll be out next month, hopefully. I'm working, y'all. This time around, I got too much coming out, man. I'm going nonstop. I'm gonna get on y'all nerves. I'm gonna be the R&B, the reality truth R&B drum boy. Oh, the real man. Got 27 albums in 6 years. Come on, man. What in the world?
I ain't look. You know, I love John Boy music, but you know, you a little bit more gentle than him. He just be splitting heads up open. You know, at least people could be like, yeah, man, I'm going to listen to Shama, you know, you in the touchy mood, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But, yeah, man, so, like, when Shama drop his next one, man, we're going to bring it back, man. So it's going to be, you know, like I said, man, the ideal is every month is to do it. I don't want to take away from what we're doing right now, so I'm going to leave that to the end. But if you stick around to the end, I'll let you know, like, what's the next move. So, appreciate it.
For sure. Hey, I got one question for y'all, because I'm probably not going to get in the queue no more.
Okay.
Where y'all getting y'all tracks, y'all beats from? Y'all just using y'all own beats, or y'all just using other instrumentals, or what? Because your beat was hot, Yedidyah, on that What You Think of Me, and all your beats be hot too, Shama. You know what I mean? I in some of the beats I hit a little tag like, you know, it's a promotional use only, or y'all open for producers to send y'all beats, or what?
Yeah, it's basically, for me, it's producers. It's very popular underground producers. Like, well, they might be actually known producers, to be honest with you, but not known to us, but known to the industry or whatever. But mine is just basically from producers. That's why I said I'm using Yedidyah's slogan when he says album without the rights. They give me the right to use it. They're okay with me using it, but without the rights, mean I don't sell it. You know, unless like if one of these songs I put out start buzzing dramatically, ridiculously, then I'm gonna purchase it from the producer, and I'm a run with that. You know, but right now that's with the EP mixtape. You know, I was just using it for it. When I do my actual album, then it's gonna be a purchase. It's gonna be a purchase instrumental, but it's from an actual producer. That's what mine are from. And so from their YouTube account or anything like that, I emailed them personally too, and I tagged them and let them see what I did as well. So yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. I just was wondering, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish listening. I done got disconnected and stuff, trying to wrap it up with y'all. Y'all go ahead and carry on with the show, man. I'm here.
Yeah, man, we gonna carry it out, man. Two more tracks left for the album, man. Like I said, I'm gonna put the rest of the information out after we run through these two. And if you stick around, then you'll hear it. If not, I'm gonna share it on the in the group page anyway.
What's up?
All right, shalom. All right, so next song. Go ahead and introduce this next song, Shama. You there?
Oh man, I'm sitting up here talking. I'm talking and got it on mute. I'm sorry. What I was saying is the next track is Dark Days. It's still touching base on, all the tracks in total, the whole transparent plot, I guess you could say. But it's just generalizing what's going on relationship-wise. Is pinpointing things that is not going to just be, nice and the way that we want it to be. It's not going to be that way. It's things that we got to go through, and we're not always going to be right for each other. But one of the reasons that we're not, I'm going to bring it out in my next project. I didn't bring it out in these, I don't think, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't bring out why we aren't connected relationship-wise. I plan to do that in the next project. It's going to be less transparent, but it's going to be more so gearing towards helping us as a people. But I didn't expound on why we're not. So this one is just generalizing in the relationship, dark days. It's a dark day, man. Even in the truth, you see a lot of breakups. You see a lot of people not making it, all over. Why? Why is it like that? So that's what this song is about.
All right, man. It sounds like this. You came from a good place, and we're just gonna check it out. This is Dark Days by Shama Talmido.
Right.
Days by Shama Talmido off of the album entitled Transparent. I already told you, but that one right there is, I believe, my favorite song out of the whole album. I just like the beat. I like the way you deliver to it. It's more like upbeat, up tempo, but the message is still there. And so, you know, that's my review on it. So I know that was one of the ones Janoy had shared, but that's mine. He said his is Another Day, Another Tear. Mine is Dark Days. So if there's anything else you want to say about the song, or if, like I said, anybody that's listening that want to come in and say anything, they can. Just press 1. We'll let you in. But so that was Dark Days, and we got one last song to go. So if you don't have anything to add about Dark Days, you can go ahead and introduce the last and final song from the project.
You know, one thing I want to say for those that might be listening in that might not be in a relationship or that might be thinking about one they're talking to, or the person they're talking to, and you're seeing things that's, you know, not going in the direction that you envision, is one of the reasons is because we don't have a vision. You know, you can't see something manifest without a vision in place before. We just go into relationships, man. We don't look at our spirits, see if the spirits mesh. We don't look at relationships today as structure. To be honest with you, from a scriptural standpoint, cultural standpoint, relationships kind of like a business, man. You look at business partners; they have to have a vision in order for that business to succeed and thrive. But people don't want to talk like that in regards to relationship. We want it to be like the movies that we see, when in all actuality it's not. I think that is one of the reasons why a lot of relationships fail, because we have this expectation that is beyond what is not normal, or what is not reality. You know, does it have elements within these movies and things that we see? Yes, it does. But we don't want to put the effort in, you know. But then I guess that's perception too. The people could perceive what, you know, effort is to them. So that's a whole nother conversation. Long story short, have a vision, and don't be afraid of allowing a relationship to be structured. People want to be free-spirited and things like that, when that's just confusion in my thoughts. You know, everybody has their own thoughts. But the next song, the final song, is one that's personal. You know, in the interlude, I explained that sometimes this song is called, hold on one second. I forgot what I named the song, y'all.
It's actually named Transparent.
Oh, yeah, Transparent. There you go. And the reason I just forgot what the name of the song was, because the name of the song actually has nothing to do. You're not going to find the word transparent anywhere in my song. But the reason it's called Transparent is because I was being transparent. This song had to do or deal with my son. I had a specific moment or a few months of times where I didn't see him. Now, just to say that the mother of my son is a bad mother, or I'm a bad father, anything like that, no. You will have to go download the EP or album for free to get a true explanation, because I'm not going to go into it. I'll explain everything in the interlude. But long story short, you know, I do have my son and stuff now, so everything's better. But I think that it has to do with woman and man, their communication. It has to do with the government again. The All About Me song, All About You song. what they allow with the woman. This kind of explains it. In the state of Illinois, the man really doesn't have any rights. They have a program when it comes to father rights, yes, but it's still according to what they allow you to have, when your natural right is beyond what they give you. Your natural right as a father and your natural right as a mother is supposed to be equal from a standpoint of, without me going into detail, I'll just leave it at that. Just it should be equal, and it's not at all. The true father of the child is the state. That's a fact. No father on this line, no father that's listening in can really refute what I'm saying. They can go off of belief, but in fact, they are the father of our child. If they can take your child away from you, then you don't have the natural right. And it's beyond that. So this song it was very transparent in what I was going through with my son. And that was the final song that I wrote. And if anybody have any questions and details of what I mean and what I was trying to explain, either download the song, you'll hear the interlude, or you can contact me on Facebook and I can explain some things for you. I'm not going to do it over here unless he wants me to. And that's it. That's all I got.
Nah, man, I let the people contact you, or I let them download the whole EP mixpod album without the rights to the music. But, so we're going to get into this last song from the album. It's entitled Transparent. All right, here we go.
Time has went by so fast, faster than a picture taking no flash. Still trying to wrap my head around it, no grasp. Would ever believe this would happen to me? Oh, but looking back, I knew was even warned before what she would do. It's crazy under the sun, there's nothing new. Why would I think I'm something new? Maybe because my father, yes, I'm talking Abba, he's giving me the strength to push and go much harder. The way he's fought and fights for me, I promise I would do the same. Wait, watch and see. Oh, I've been looking at your pictures every single day. Had it everywhere, so it's always in my face. Thought of you, I promise, gives me life. That's why without you here, a piece of me is not alive. I will climb the toughest of the mountains without a strand of rope. Look through an avalanche in the cold without a cold. I swear I do it time and time again. My rightful time with you beside my heart yet again. In this mess, my heart was broken, yes. I needed just a moment, cause the straw I had was last. It was the last one, don't you use my son. I am the wrong one, but the steps I take, it will be just what I mean by that is I won't obey your power trip. These both of our kids, I plan to go according to the way that it was laid from the beginning. I would do the same. Wait, watch and see. Looking at your pictures every single day. Have it everywhere, so it's always in my face. Thought of you, I promise, gives me life. That's why without you here, a piece of me is not alive. I will climb the toughest of the mountains without a strand of rope. Go through an avalanche in the cold without a cold. I swear I do it time and time again. My rightful time with you beside my heart yet again. It's sad, y'all, the interest of our kids gone. We don't get along. Usually men are treated that some type of way. They had to ask to stay in their natural rights away. But not me, the truth has found me. And I'ma exercise the right in my heartbeat. My father is the owner of the state, so I won't let the mother or another get in the way. I've been looking at your pictures every single day. I have it everywhere, so it's always in my face. The thought of you, I promise, gives me life. That's why without you here, a piece of me is not alive. I would climb the toughest of the mountains without a strand of rope. Go through an avalanche in the cold without a coat. I swear I'd do it time and time again. My rivals, I'm with you beside my heart yet again.
All right, that was Transparent, Shama Talmido from the album entitled Transparent. Man, that song right there, just with the keys alone, but then with the melody with it, man, that song kind of like a tearjerker, man, especially if you going through that particular situation that you was talking about. Like, I definitely can see some brothers crying to that track right there. So
I had a few people, few men tell me that. And my mom. To me, that's my favorite song out of all of them. The reason it's my favorite song is because it really ties everything, all the songs together. If you really look at every situation, for the most part, most men that get a divorce or most men that break up with their the mother of their son or daughter, especially son, goes through this in the so-called black community. Whether it's an interracial relationship and as being a man, or just being a man. So it ties into all of it, and it's a reason behind it. I don't know if you heard what I said. I won't go into it, don't worry. But I had said something about them, me finding out that I have this rights. It's not going to happen. That's why I have them now. I exercise my natural rights. I learned the law. And it's funny how we speak on law. A lot of people in the so-called truth, and we try to tell law this. But if you use the historical Barik Kadashah, the New Testament, you always hear Saul or Paul talks about rightfully dividing the word, right? Or study to show ourselves approved. I believe that we need to study more than just the Tanakh or the Torah. I believe we need to study the land, the law of the land, because it actually, if we study it, it can be used for our benefit, and that actually was used for my benefit, even though it was still a little tough, even using it, but ultimately it helped benefit me because I was able to know what was actually for us. And I ain't talking about through no lawyer. This is all my studies because the lawyer is still part of the judicial system. So they're only going to help to a certain extent. So I'm still talking about the song. That's what it's about. I think that song, the reason it's my favorite is because it ties all of it into it. It ties. It's a result of a lot of the things that I was speaking on, and that's why it was my final song, because that final song was a result of everything. The result of everything I learned, and the result of what I wanted to put out there for others. And I want them to learn. I don't want them to go through. And so my next project, it's going to be a multi. Well, I'm going to shut up, allow you to ask the questions you might have in there, because it might go into what I'm about to say now.
Oh, man, I was just going to say, that's real good, the way you explained it, the place you were coming from when you wrote the song and how it ties everything together, man, because ultimately, we as listeners, we listen to the song and we perceive it how we perceive it, but it's always good to hear it from the actual person who created the song. So, again, that's why I'm doing this show, and that's why, we got you here. You're the first person here. and we going through yours. And whatever you want to continue to explain, just go ahead and explain it. And then we're going to close it out. I'm going to talk about, what's to come from manifesting the music and what people to expect, and then just put it out there and, ask those that listen to just help us out with getting the word out and, so on and so forth. But I'll explain that when I get to it. But you can go ahead and finish explaining the last part you want to say.
Oh no, I mean it was just a closing. That's basically what it was. It closed out everything, and I wanted to tie everything back to it, because if you look at the first song, I tell them to stand. I tell you to stand, whatever it is you're going through. That fifth song was what I was going through when I first wrote the first song, and all the other ones. I was going through that already. So it connected, it tied together, and that's what I wanted to do. I just want everybody to succeed, man, and I know we can. We just got to figure out these problems and these issues, and we have to open up and bring out these issues if we want to succeed in them. And that's what it is. And my future projects, it will be about that. It will be more reality. I'm going to touch on everything. I'm going to try to, my heart is to keep it within my R&B feel, hip-hop too. But it's going to be a message. It's going to be something that's going to force you to think and force you to decide to either change consciously and allow you to put you in a place to where, like, hey, do I want to get into a higher conscience, like the word science, conscience, and operate the way that the Most High has set forth for us to operate and succeed and to succeed. That's the plan, man. And I really hope that people take the time and just listen, man, and I hope it touch them. Like it moved me to write the things that I'm going to put out there for you.
For sure, man. I just want to say them lyrics was tough on that last one. You say, I climb the toughest of the mountains without a strand of rope. Go ahead and finish it for me.
You gonna put me. Hey man, I gotta sit up here. I gotta sing it out of my head, man. I got so many.
Without a strand of rope.
Go through the avalanche.
Something about an avalanche without a coat.
Go through the avalanche without a coat. In the cold without a coat. Yeah. Walk through the avalanche without.
That's some trying measures right there. That's like it kind of reminds me of what that song where it talk about I swim the oceans for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was equating it to how the Most High fight for us. I said it in there too. I'm like, the way that he fought for me through a lot of stuff I'm going through, I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to fight. Even if I lose. I said that to her. I'm like, even if I was to lose in a battle, it does not mean what I'm fighting for is wrong. You look at Martin Luther King and people like that they didn't win every time, and they didn't technically win. They won in the sense of what they was fighting for, but it was a price. They lost at that particular moment, but it helped for the future. That's my goal. My goal is, even if I don't get the word out there to people and have change at that particular moment, hopefully in the future it can do so. That's my goal musically, man. I want to live the life I suppose the way that I put out there. The things that I put out there, I want to live it according to what I'm saying. I'm not one of those people. We had a moment on Facebook, what happened, and I had to show that I really do what I say I do, and if it doesn't if it doesn't anything manifest from it at a particular point while I'm doing it, hopefully it will for my kids. That's my goal. So that's all I got, man.
That's a good goal to have, man. Before we get up out of here, tell the people where they can get the music from, and where they can download and everything like that, where they can find you, and so they can keep up with what you're doing, because you said you're about to flood them, so they can keep up with the drops, all the music that you're going to be putting out. Go ahead and share that information. Then I'm going to close us out with, basically letting people know about what's up and coming for the show.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. First, before I do so, I want to thank you. Even though I am a part of his Talk Ones, but this is your baby, and I appreciate allowing me to be the first artist, on here. You could have got anybody else. So, where you can get my music, as of right now, where I'm going to be using the platform for a while is Bandcamp. You will type in Shama Talmido. That's SHAMATALMIDO.bandcamp.com. Shama Talmido. Bandcamp.com. You will be able to download it for free. Most of my projects I'm just going to put on that download for free. Any donations is welcomed if you want to do so. But for right now, everything is just going to be on there. You can find me on Facebook.com/Shama Talmido. That's my Facebook page. So please, man, share, let people know, like it, follow. Everything. I'm going to be putting everything on there, from future books to music to whatever it is. My journey. That's a part of my journey that's going to, I believe, will be beneficial to myself and, good information for those that follow or join me. I don't really like using the term follow. And that's about it, man. Anything else that I might have, I'll put it on the Facebook page. Everything will be on there. So if I want to put YouTube stuff or whatever, I'm going to put it on my page. And from there, you can get any information you might need to click on or join or anything like that. That's it. And be on the lookout next month. Early part of the month, man, I'll be putting out another project. So, be on the lookout. And also, one last thing, I have another interview as Janoy Azariah was bringing out this Tuesday, I believe it is. If you join the page, I'm going to put the information on there, so you'll be able to follow me on that next interview if you would like to. That's about it.
All right, man, I appreciate that. I want to be the first to say, man, if y'all enjoy the music, if y'all, getting something out of what this brother has brought forth and manifested to the people, man, like you said, it's free download, but if you find it in your heart, man, it ain't got to be a great amount, you know what I'm saying? $1, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that you can give, I know he ain't asking for it, but I'm just saying, if you can, to help this brother continue making his music, improving his music, if you can, do that, and that's at Bandcamp. When you go to download it, it's going to ask you name your price. So you could put whatever amount, 50 cents, whatever you want to put in there, you could put in there. You could put $0 if you just want to get it for free. So that's how that works. But definitely download the music. It's good, inspiring music, help you through your situations. And I would just say support it. I got my download today, so that's how I was able to provide the songs. So, man, but continue to be on the lookout for more shows. Like I said, I plan on doing this once a month, probably towards the end of the month like we did this time. And the next show we have will actually be my release of my project that I'm putting out. If you don't know already, the single is out there, What You Think About Me. That's in circulation. If you just go to YouTube and search What You Think About Me, or search DaReal Musiq, that's DaReal Musiq, spelled MUSIQ. and it should pop up. I will be sharing a link later so you could download it for free off of SoundCloud, and then also I'll be uploading it to Bandcamp. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to continue to do it, and for me, it's going to be before my album actually be released. So I'm going to do like a pre-listening party, and so I'm not going to play everything. I'm going to give a few snippets, and I'm going to play a couple of the full songs, and then, just leave it up for you to go ahead and go download it. So that's next month. Like I said, towards the end of the month. I'm looking at February 22nd, so go ahead and mark it on your calendar, but I will put a promo out later. And that concludes the show, man. I appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. For a lot of y'all, Shabbat Shalom, and we'll catch y'all next month.